Hey, what's up? This is Taylor from BLEEKER, and you're listening to Rock at Night.
Are you ready? Hey, tonight I'm gonna take you on a little trip. We're going down south by the mighty Mississippi. I'm gonna take you to a place where lights never dim. Bring your mother, your brother, and your best friend. I'm gonna show you where they dance out in the street. They'll tell you all about your body heat. Not gonna talk about it, just gonna do it. Get on down, if you feel up good. Now get on down.
This is Charisse with Rock at Night, and I am speaking with BLEEKER. Say your name and tell me about the band as far as who's in the band and what instruments you guys play.
This is Taylor. I'm from BLEEKER. You got me and my little brother Cole in the band. One of my oldest friends. I met him at soccer practice a long time ago. Mike Van Dyke on the bass. And a young 19-year-old drummer named Chris Demas, possibly the best drummer in the history of rock and roll. And we're from Orillia, Ontario, Canada, and we play all kinds of music.
How long have you guys been together?
I think about 13 years now. A long time.
You're not that old.
I'd like to think I'm not that old, but we've been doing it for a while.
I'm impressed. When did you decide to become a musician and get into the music business?
My parents bought me a guitar and my brother Cole a drum set for Christmas one year. We were 10 or 11. And we started practicing, and obviously we started jamming together. And we used to just open up the windows in our old house on Bleecker Street. That's where the name comes from. And we just put the amps at the windows and the drum set next to the windows, and all the neighborhood kids would come around. And we'd put on live concerts for people around the neighborhood every week, and that's when we decided we should probably keep playing music for people.
So you were really a garage band, so to speak.
It started there for sure. Yeah.
Now, since you're up north in Canada, you probably play in the basement a lot too.
It's nice. Yeah, we play everywhere. I remember this one gig. I think it was in Montreal or something. We played a spot. It was in the basement, and the ceilings were only 5 feet tall. And I'm 6 feet tall, so it was a really funny situation. But yeah, we play everywhere. It's fun.
It's like Lord of the Rings. You have to crouch around or something.
Just crawling around like Gollum.
I just listened to your EP. Is this your first EP that's out? Tell me about the EP.
This is it's a first new EP under the name BLEEKER. We used to be Bleecker Ridge. It was another band, and we've changed the lineup and we've changed the sound and basically the overall feeling of the whole band. These are songs that we've wanted to do for so long, but it never fit what we were supposed to be before. And now these are like the songs we've just wanted to play, and now we're playing them live. And this is the best CD we've ever made, honestly. And we've had these songs for a long time, and we're not sick of them, which is a really good sign. And people seem to love it, and we're loving it too.
You know, I listened to your 5-song EP, and I took some notes here, and I noticed a lot of the songs sound like Led Zeppelin. Kind of hard rock, blues rock. Is that what maybe your family used to play around the house, maybe on the stereo? Am I correct? Led Zepp is an influence?
All day, every day. Yeah, it started out like I remember like sitting on, my dad had this old Lazy Boy, and he would just sit there and put on like Beatles records. So we started there, and then we got into, when I heard Communication Breakdown by Led Zeppelin, changed my life. And from there we just listened to that. I was a huge Hendrix fan, and it's a lot of blues stuff. We grew up like, we were playing in bars since we were 12, so we'd be playing like Joe Walsh covers and like rock and roll hoochie coo and stuff like that. So we still have a huge blues influence. Yeah.
You're talking my talk. And you're a young person, but you obviously enjoy the classics.
Yeah, well, you have to. That's where, that's where it started, and that's where, that's where music started for me, right? So like I tried to get into a lot of classical stuff when I was a kid too, because my dad loved that. But it's always been just like hard rock. Yeah.
I even noticed your song Free, to me, had kind of a Led Zepp, even Thin Lizzy sound. Do you like Thin Lizzy?
I love Thin Lizzy. That's so amazing you're picking up on that. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Thin Lizzy for sure.
Remember, I'm a little bit older. You're talking to me. That's my kind of music. I wrote down bluesy rock, 60s, kind of a 60s sound, very hard driving, definitely hard rock. and I really like the drumming in it. See, I'm a drummer. There's nice cymbals, and I really like this song, Free.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and honestly, the musicians, the other guys in the band, like I just look at myself. I'm just the singer, and these guys are the most talented people I've ever done anything with. So yeah.
Well, how is the music written?
It goes through me and my brother, and I'll have it goes one of two ways. I'll have a song that is like this like big lump of clay, and I have like most of the core stuff there, and he kind of like carves it into this beautiful thing. So I just give him like a bunch of crap, and he makes it good. Or he'll give me something that's really, really good, but a little too intricate, and I'm able to dumb it down. So when I'm too dumb, he makes it smart, and when he's too smart, I make it dumb.
So you guys are quite compatible. I mean, obviously you're brothers, but do you ever have disagreements?
Of course, yeah. I don't know. I guess like even through that songwriting thing, we're definitely opposite. I'm really loud and outspoken, and sometimes a big dickhead. And when he says something, people pay attention because he doesn't say a lot. So it's kind of like yin and yang for sure. But I don't know. Getting in a fight with your brother, you're mad at him for 1 second, and then we've been fighting since we were one. So it's not a big deal to us.
Now, is this your first tour to the United States?
It's our second. We just did a tour with a band called the Struts out of England, yeah. And that was an amazing time. And this year's opened up for us, and we're getting into the States. And I love Canada, don't get me wrong, but touring back and forth in the winter in Canada across that giant country where you spend 9-10 hours a day trying to get to the next spot is extremely grueling, and this is really, really refreshing.
It's funny that you mentioned the Struts because I actually wrote that down. Where's Your Money kind of had kind of a Struts sound. I think the retro 70s hard rock is coming back, and I'm really glad that you're adopting that sound as well. Real lyrics, real lead guitar riffs, real music is as far as I feel. I love your new single, Highway. Definitely has a classic rock, even an 80s rock feel. Now, going back to touring, are you on a bus or what's it like? I mean, I can't believe all the cities you're going to. Tell me about this.
Oh, it's crazy. There's it's a crazy schedule, and but there's a lot of people here that are helping us out, and everyone's so nice in the camps, like the Dirty Head camp and the Sublime camp, and everyone's being really awesome and positive towards us. No, we do not have a bus. We stay in hotels every night, and we travel in a 15-passenger van, and it is crazy. But we're definitely used to that. In Canada, we travel in a bit more style, but here it's honestly been so fun. And I can say that, well, we're only like 5 shows in or something, or 3 shows in, but we don't get sick of each other, which is a really good thing, and I think we're lucky for that.
Yeah, you're in tight quarters for sure. Now, you started off the tour in the south of America, well, south of the United States, Atlanta, Florida. What do you think about the weather here compared to Canada?
It's ridiculous. I was talking to some friends at home today, and like, oh my God, it's like 28 degrees Celsius. Yeah. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit, but I looked it up today, and it was 43 here. And I have never, ever in my entire life felt 43-degree weather. So that's a first for me today.
You need to learn about sunblock.
Yeah, I need to learn about a lot of things, apparently. Yep.
Now, I just watched your set out there, and you guys came out raring to go. You were very enthusiastic, and it's hard being a support band, but I felt that the crowd really liked you. I saw people dancing, and I really enjoyed your show.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we've been touring for a while, and there's some bands that we've really looked up to. There's a band called Airborne out of Australia. Yeah, and they come out like going. Even if you don't like rock and roll, if you're on the totally opposite spectrum of that, you're going to watch these guys, and it's crazy. And we learned from people like that. And it is a really tough spot to be. It's during the day. We're the first band on. We're not as, I would say, reggae, ska as the other bands, right? So people don't expect it. But honestly, if you can find one person in the crowd that's smiling and into it, that's all you need. That's it. If there's none of those, I haven't got one of those yet, but if there's none, I might walk off. I don't know what I would do. But, you just got to look for one person that's into it.
Any funny stories or interesting things that have happened to you guys on the tour so far?
Let me think here. I don't know. There's nothing crazy that's happened yet.
Anything that you notice as far as a difference between Canada and America here?
Not a difference, but from Canada, everyone says like Canada people are so nice and stuff, right? And so we had this view of like Americans as like not being so nice, but it's totally everyone is just as nice, if not nicer, than people from Canada. So I think that is amazing, and it's nice.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
That we're actually friendly.
Yeah. You guys got a bad rap for some reason.
Yeah, it's the movies. It's definitely the movies here. Let's see, what else? I noticed your music, some of the songs sound kind of British, like British rock. I guess maybe because I heard the Thin Lizzy kind of sound. I notice with a lot of bands out of Canada, maybe it's because of the connection between the UK or something, a lot of maybe the vocals or whatever almost sounds English. What do you think?
I don't know. I get maybe just a lot of the bands that we listened to were English. Maybe that's the influence there. Yeah. It has to be. But no, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not sure.
Really? Okay. That was just an observation that I've noticed about just lately. Now, I noticed in your press release it mentions psych rock. Do you consider yourself to be kind of a psych rock band?
I don't think as a whole. I don't really consider us as like a certain kind of band overall. But there's definitely on the new CD, there's some psychedelic, like kind of melodic, weird things going on sometimes. And we like to mix it up a lot, you know? Like as songwriters, like the worst thing you do is limit yourself, right? And I think in the song "Erase You," there's like this really weird psychedelic, like melodic harmony that's in the verse, which is really weird. And I think maybe that's where that's from for sure.
That's exactly what I wrote. Harmony, psych rock, 60s, and then it breaks into the hard rock.
That's awesome.
Your one ballad song, "I'm Not Laughing Now," is a really pretty melody, and I wrote down that it's almost like a sing along. That's something you could sing along in the car.
When I wrote that, it was like kind of like a lullaby kind of thing, and that's actually a really old song, and I had done this really bad demo on a very bad computer in my bathtub with a cereal box. The song used to be called Cereal Box, and it was a Cheerios box, and I did the kick as my tub, and I sent it away, and everyone loved it, and people started putting it on CDs, like friends and stuff, and they're like, "This song's so great." But we never used it for some reason. It just never became a thing, and then we finally got it to the right people. They loved it. And in the studio, we actually stole samples from my tub and the cereal box, and now it's on the CD. So, and it's honestly the best song I've ever written, and it's really cool. And that's like, there's certain songs that Cole, my brother, have written by himself, and some that I've written by myself, and that's the best song I've written.
The bathtub song. What a story!
Yeah.
This is great. What kind of plans do you have for the rest of the year? What's in store for BLEEKER?
There are talks of Europe, which I'm extremely excited about. I think we're going to do some more Canadian shows and stuff when we get back and like keep the ball rolling. We have a single coming out in July and August, and our full CD out in the fall. So yeah, I think we're just going to be on tour for a long time, and we don't mind that at all.
All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking to me.
You're listening to Rock at Night.
Thanks for the intro melody. It's called Get On Down by Billy Bass Alford. Thanks.